On this night, in 1776, the Continental Army, over 2,000 men, with some 100 horses, half frozen and contending with the falling sleet, formed at night and boarded cargo boats. Following their commander-in-chief, George Washington, on a daring tactical maneuver. This plan, carried out in secret, would be one of the greatest military moves of the 18th century. In the lead up to this Christmas Day, the Patriots had a demoralizing conundrum. Having lost New York to the British only 3 months before, and with winter set in making miserable conditions for the troops, Washington's army, once nearly 20,000 strong, had dwindled to some mere 2,000 men. To make matters worse, Washington was himself being questioned on his leadership, and there was a conspiracy to replace him. The possibility of being replaced by leaders that Washington knew would jeopardize the cause. He had to move quickly and make some success, especially before the new year, when the enlistments of the last of his soldiers were coming to an end. Things were dire. But Washington did not give up hope. He drew up a brilliant plan, told only to his closest officers. Across the river in New Jersey, there camped an enemy force guarding any access to and around the city of Trenton. Taking that city would bolster morale in Washington's army and encourage more men to join the Continental rank come the new year. Hessian mercenaries, on loan to the King of England from their Hesse principalities, from what is modern-day Germany, were well-armed and well-trained soldiers, much better trained than the Americans. Roughly 1,400 Hessian soldiers were garrisoned across the Delaware River. But as Washington learned, they were loosely scattered along the river. Washington's men could take them if he used the element of surprise. After several councils of war, General Washington set the date of the river crossing for Christmas night, 1776. On the morning of December 25th, Continental soldiers woke up in their camps along the Delaware River to frozen, snow-covered ground. They lined up to face an icy river. Directly, the weather had taken a terrible turn into a severe winter storm of sleet and snow. To do anything in these conditions, especially toward evening, seemed irrational, which was exactly what the enemy would have thought. Thanks to the foresight of General Washington and the actions of the New Jersey militia, the American forces had already brought all available watercraft on the Delaware to the southern bank in their location, thus denying the British any use of these crafts. Much of Washington's force crossed the river in shallow draft Durham boats. These were strongly built cargo vessels, most between 40 and 60 feet in length, designed to move iron ore and bulk goods down the river to markets in and around Philadelphia. Well, these stout craft with their high side walls were robust enough to survive the ice-choked Delaware. Heavy artillery pieces and horses were transported on large, flat-bottomed ferries and other watercraft more suited to carrying that type of difficult cargo. In fact, it is believed that most of Washington's soldiers did stand during the crossing, since the bottoms of Durham boats were neither comfortable nor dry. Washington also understood that the element of surprise was the only way that he and his army stood a chance of defeating the highly trained Hessian mercenaries. And so through the night, the soldiers embarked to cross the icy waters. The 1st Troop Philadelphia Light Horse, with their horses, were atop some of these river ferries, and the ice choked the ferries so bad that they could not move forward. The troopers, on their horses, had to jump into the river and swim to the other side. Miraculously, his entire force reached the other side of the New Jersey shoreline. Surprising the Hessians as planned, the Patriot forces battled with the Hessians, killing their commander. And forcing a surrender. This move of Washington's crossing would go down as one of the greatest Patriot victories of the entire war. Remarkably, in taking the Hessians on Christmas night, Washington's army lost only 2 men, and not to enemy bullets, but to the cold conditions. So we're following the trail that the soldiers would have had themselves in December 1776. Sometimes it's on the river, sometimes it's through the fields in town, or near town, I should say. We made it. So I stopped by Justin's and got some bread. Now I'm just gonna watch the horses until we get called.
that was a great event. Maggie really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Met some people, made some friends, and above all, learned a lot of history. So we'll definitely be back next year, and in the meantime, Merry Christmas.